and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my channel. I be your designing developer. My name is Inshal Beg. I am a full stack developer and graphic designer. Today I will show you how to build one face detection with OpenCV project in artificial intelligence in Python. And I hope you will also enjoy this project. I enjoyed my previous project of Python and the previous data sciences project which I have just done previously, and I hope you all enjoyed that also, and the future one also which I'll be uploading in future. But first of all, you have to just hit the subscribe button. Then after that, you have to also hit the notification bell, from which you'll be getting all the notifications of my video when I will be uploading. And from that, it will be also help for you, and it will be also help for me, because from that you will be learning more new things, more new clones, and more new project which I'll be uploading in future of many other languages, and the languages which we have done previously like JavaScript, Python, HTML, and CSS, and many more. So here now we'll be starting with our first AI project, means artificial intelligence project, which is called face detection project with OpenCV. Okay, so here you can see we have just built this face detection project with OpenCV. You can see here it is the code of that. Now for making that, you have to do one thing here. You have to just first of all do like, you have to take one image of one face here in which you will be doing detection of your like face detection here. So first of all you have to do that. Then when you will be done that, so it will be good to go. So before that, we'll be just making a Python file here in our package which we have just made in our PyCharm text editor. So I'll be going to my package and I'll be just clicking right click. Okay, and then there will be just option coming underneath open in Excel reader like new. So just go to new option or hover on that. Then you will be just going down, you will be seeing a Python file option in that. So press that here. So we are working with Python, so obviously we have to just make a Python file here. So you don't have to write like .ai, you have to write .py, because if you are just making in Python, if you are working Python in data sciences or artificial intelligence, so it is just same thing, because these things come in Python. So you have to just take the file in Python. So here just I'll be taking the name of like detection. So when you've done that, you can also write .py to just save, but I've just already written this name, so because of that I'm taken this to face. You can write .py also if you just want to, but I'll be not doing that, and simply I'll be just pressing enter here, or you can also write .py to just save your file here. So press enter, and you can see now this file has been created, which is called face.py here. So in this you will be writing your AI codes here, means artificial intelligence codes. So I'll be zoom in so you can see my codes. So here this face detection with OpenCV means like OpenCV is a tag, means this OpenCV is a full form of a this CV2. You can see underneath this import numpy as NP, which we have written underneath. I've just import CV2. If I just go and I'll be zoom in, so you can see we have just written import CV2 here underneath this import numpy as NP. So I've just written that because we are just making that it with OpenCV. And when you are building a face detection project in AI, so you have to just use OpenCV with that. Like this OpenCV means this CV2 which is just coming here. So you have to just work with that to just work with your face detection project. So simply I'll be doing one thing. First of all, I have to install this OpenCV here. So I'll be just going to my terminal, writing here pip install, because like I'm telling you, when you have to just install anything in Python, if it is related to data sciences or AI, these all things are come in Python. And here when you download anything, you have to just write pip install, and you can download any package or library which you want to just download. Just you have to write its name here. So we have to just download OpenCV. So I'll be writing OpenCV. Press enter now simply, and you can see nothing is happening. There is coming error. So if I write here pip install OpenCV like that, and if I press enter, so you can see nothing is happening because here I have just installed that things. If you don't have installed, so just go here, install that, or you can also update that, because there is many of the update version of that. I have already updated that, so because of that there is not coming any error. So simply I'll be writing here again pip install, or you can also install like open and write like that CV. Then if I press enter, you can see nothing is happening, because like we're telling you, I have just installed that already. Save here, and now here when you've done with that all thing, just you have to come in your face.py file and you have to import some things. Like we have import numpy, so here we have to also import that. So simply I'll be just writing here like import numpy, and when you've done that all, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming, but after that you have to don't press enter here. I'll be writing import numpy as NP, okay, because NP is a command, it is a short form of numpy, just take like that. So because of that I'm writing like import numpy as NP, like here it is written. Then when you've done with that all things, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here and just I'll be writing here like import the necessary, and here if we have written that, so the spelling is incorrect. So now it is good. So just go forward again. Then there is certain libraries here. So here I'll be writing. So here I'll be just writing here import necessaries libraries, because here necessary means like which we need libraries to work with. So because of that we are just importing these things. So I am writing this comment, so you can just take that these are the import thing which I am writing, and these are the necessary things in this face detection project which I have to just make. So when you've done with that, so now like we have telling you I have to just install CV2 which we have done, so we have to import that also. So simply I'll be coming underneath import numpy as np and writing import CV2. So here it will be not coming and not showing, because here it is not any of the directory also, folder also, and it is not any of the Python file. It is a simply a tag, so because of that it will be not showing in the import. So here you have to do simply one thing, press enter now, and here you have to just go to your file here, and then you have to just import matplot here. So just I'll be writing import matplot, and here I'll be doing one thing. First of all I'll be just going here, and you can see there's a matplotlib. So here I'll be writing that, then simply I'll be writing dot after that, and when you've done that you have to write pyplot after here. Then I'll be just coming forward here also, and you can see there's an SPLT which is a short form of that. So I'll be simply pressing enter here, and when you have to download this matplotlib, for doing that go to terminal, write here pip install matplotlib and press enter simply. So you can see it is collecting that and it is installing. So there is coming error because I have not installed that. So if you do not do that, so just go to your terminal and just install that really quickly, because we have to just use this matplotlib here. So you can see now it is just coming. So here you can see this is a folder, or there you can say. So here it is coming. So simply I'll be pressing enter to just take that, or you can press tab. So here I'll be pressing tab here. You can see it has been just come and not giving any error. So simply I'll be coming underneath here, because this pyplot I've just already downloaded. And if you don't know how to install that, you have to do like go to terminal, right here pip install pyplot like that. So when you've done with that thing, you have to simply press enter, and there is coming error because just I have already installed that. If you don't do that, so just go in terminal and just do that really quick, because we are also having every latest version of that. You have to also update that here, so which is really important to do. So my opinion is to just do that really fast if you want. So till here we have just done that things, and now when you've done that, just here I'll be coming, and we have to just import get ipython in that. So here I'll be writing get I, and then here I'll be writing Python. So it is not any of the like import command which you have to just use. It is a like tag thing which I'm using, and you don't have to just install that simply here, because it is not any of the import tag which we have to just install. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just going here in this file, but before that I'll be writing here like matplotlib, and then I'll be just coming forward here and then writing in line. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath here, and you can see there is coming nothing here. So when you've done with that, so I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just scrolling down, and you can see there is a test image here. So here you can see there's it like loading the image to be tested. So here I'll be writing also like loading the image to be tested. So when you've done with that thing there, simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath, but before that I'll be changing this to capital, and then here when you've done that, just I'll be coming here and then writing here like test image, and here I'll be writing equal to, because this test image is not any of the tag here also. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here, and you can see there is written like CV2 means OpenCV, which we are just using here to work with our face detection project. Now here you have to just write here I am read here, because here we have to also read our text or and face detection which we are just doing here. So simply when you've done that, I'll be writing here like baby1.jpg. So it is my image name. You can also use your own image by going to Google, and just you can search about like face detection image, and then you can go to image and take any of the image from here you want to, because there are many of the image provided here, you can see. Or you can also use your own image here by just taking that in your device, and you can also just take your picture from your like own computer or laptop if you're using that. So you can see when you've done with that things here, I'll be simply coming here now, and I'll be pressing enter, and simply I'll be doing one space here because that was the test image now. So I'll be writing here like converting, then I'll be coming forward, and then you can see there's written like to grayscale. So when you've done with that things, I'll be just going forward here, and when you've done that, just I'll be writing here like as OpenCV, because like I'm telling you we are using OpenCV in that, so we have to just write that. Then I'll be writing aspects, and just I'll be going forward again, and here I'll be writing detector, and then go forward again, and you can see there is certain takes in. So here when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going forward here, and there is certain input grayscale image. So here I'll be writing input grayscale images. So when you've done with that things, if I go back, you can see now it is good to go, so you can work with that thing. So simply I'll be coming here now and writing a test image, and if I just come here and you can see it is just good, and if I write here gray equal, and you can see we have just getting these things. So here I'll be going to this file here, and now here you have to just write cv2 here because we are working with that, and here I'll be also writing like cvt color, and here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing cv2 which we have just already written. If I just write that here in that, and there is written cvt color, so here I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that things here, if I just move on here, and then there is written like test image which we have written at the top, we have to define that here so it can be just working. So we can also define in that bracket. Now here I'll be writing like cv2. So here we have written cv2 like that, but here you have to just not write like that. Here you have to write that, then write dot after that and change that to like color, and right here simply like in capital I'll be changing that to color underscore, and then I'll be coming here and you can see there is certain like BGR, and here we have just getting that thing. So here there is certain BGR2 gray. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath here, and when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be coming here underneath and writing here like display. So here I'll be writing display, and then if I just moving forward and writing displaying and just moving forward here, then I'll be changing that to grayscale image. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here now and just I'll be writing that to plt dot, and here I'll be just coming here again and just I'm writing I am show. So right here, and here I'll be also coming, then I'll be just moving here again, then changing that to test image, and when you've done that, I'll be just going here and changing that to like underscore gray. So when you've done that, I'll be writing comma, then moving forward here and changing that to like cam and change that to gray. So when you've done with that things there, simply I'll be coming here, but there is not written like that. We have to just write camp like that, and here in that I'll be writing gray with this brackets. So when you've done that, I'll be going here again, and if I scroll down, you can see we are getting these single things. So if I just move up, and here now you have to just do one thing, like I'll be just moving up here, and now you have to just write like, since we know that OpenCV loads an image in BGR format. So here I'll be coming, and then I'll be just coming underneath here, and again I'll be just coming underneath. But before that, here I want to check one thing, it is working or not. Okay, so till here we have done, so we have just written that in 16. Okay, so now when you've done that all, just you have to come here, then write here since, like it is just written here. So I'll be writing since we know that, and here I'll be writing that, then I'll be writing open CV, then I'll be moving forward here and then changing that to like CV loads and image. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be moving here again, then here I'll be changing that to like in, and when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing like BGR format. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be moving forward, and now when you've done that, there is certain like, so we need to convert it into RGB. So here there is certain like, so we need to convert it in RGB format. So when you've done with that thing there, I'll be moving forward, and here there is written like to be able to display. I'll be writing to be able to display. So when you've done with that thing there, I'll be moving forward, and here I'll be just writing its true colors. So here, right here, its true colors. So here I'll be writing. So simply when you've done with that things, I'll be moving forward here. Then here I'll be writing let us write a small function. So here I'll be writing let us write a small function. So when you've done with that things, I'll be moving forward here also, and then there is written like for that. So you have to write this full stop and just come underneath here. So when you've defined that things here, I'll be just moving here again, then I'll be pressing simply enter here. So we have done that. So here I'll be just coming and just changing this to like define tag here. So you can also download that by going to terminal, and then we have just written convert to RGB. So here I'll be writing convert to RGB. So when you've done with that thing there, I'll be moving here again, and this T should be just in capital. So I'll be writing that. Then you have to write here brackets, and then here when you've done with that thing, there is just an image because we are defining image in that. Then come underneath here again, then write here return CV2, which we have just written by importing that. Then I'll be writing CVT color, which we have written at the top. Now when you've done with that, just now here in that I'll be defining my image, which I have just defined the URL of that at the top. Then I'll be just coming here and writing cv2 dot color BGR to gray, which we have just defined that. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be just coming underneath, and now when you've done that all, just I'll be writing another thing which should be just like R. So here I'll be just moving forward, and then you can see there is written cascade file. So here I'll be writing, but before that I don't want to just write here. So I'll be writing here like cascade files. So when you've done that all thing, just if I go here and check that out, so you can see it is working here. So here I'll be coming underneath, and here I'll be also coming here also, and then writing here like loading, and then I'll be moving forward and changing that to like classifier. So when you've done that, just I'll be going here also, and then classifier we have to just write here. So I'll be just writing simply. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be just moving and then writing here like frontal face. So when you've done with that things here, you can see now it is perfect. So I can just move on with that things here. So when you've done with that, I'll be just coming here, and then I'll be just going here into my first file, and then there is written like R, and here there is just underscore here, and then there is written like cascade, and here there is also written like file. So here I'll be just writing cascade file, and then when you've done with that, here it is written face, not file. So here I'll be writing equal to, and then when you've done that, just there is written cv2 dot, and then I'll be just coming here and then writing here like cascade. And when you've done that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be writing here classifier. So just write here classifier. So when you've done that all things here, so simply I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming here, and then here I'll be just now defining data, and just I'll be writing this slash here and writing here like R cascades here. So here I'll be writing R cascade. So this is not any of the tag here, I'm just defining the thing which I have to define here. So just I'll be moving forward, and here I'll be again defining that thing which I have just written, cascades. And when you've done that, just I'll be moving here again, then I'll be just writing this and writing frontal face. And when you've done with that here, just I'll be moving here again and then writing here like all2.xml. So here if I just come here, and you can see this is an Excel file, so because of that it is coming like that. So simply I'll be just coming underneath, but going back here again by just pressing that, and then you can see we have to just detect the face by writing this face detection here. So I'll be doing one thing like coming here and then writing here that things, and just I'll be moving forward here also, and then first of all I'll be giving gap and then writing here like face detection. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be just moving here again, and then I'll be changing that to like face. And here we have just done that all things, so simply I'll be coming here and then I'll be changing that to like aspects. And when you've done that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be just moving to my first file here, and then there is written equal to R, and here I'll be writing cascade face. And when you've done that, I'll be writing dot detect, and here we have just done with that things here, so I'll be writing detect multi scale. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming here then writing here like test image. So here simply I'll be coming here and then writing here like test underscore image. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving here, and if I just go forward, you can see there is written underscore gray. So here I'll be just coming and writing underscore gray, then I'll be just moving forward in that, and then I'll be writing comma scale factor. So here we have done that, so I'll be just simply writing equal to, and here I'll be just changing that to 1.2 comma, then just move forward again, and then there is written like min neighbors. So here I'll be just coming and writing min neighbors. So here when you've done that, so I'll be just writing equal to here also simply, and then we will be doing one thing like I'll be writing 5 here, then close that, and then I'll be simply coming underneath here, but I'll be not closing that here. So I'll be just doing one thing like I'll be moving here, and then you can see there is written like let us print the number of faces found. So here I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming here, and then I'll be just writing here like let us print, and here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing here like the number of faces found. So when you've done with that things here, if I just move here, so you can see it is just coming like that. So simply I'll be writing print, and here I'll be changing that to like faces found. And when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing here like I'll be writing like this thing, and then I'll be writing comma here. Then when you've done that, I'll be writing len, and then I'll be changing that to faces. And then if I just come here and then writing here like that. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here again, then I'll be moving here, and then I'll be doing one thing like I'll be writing our and here I'll be changing that to, first of all I'll be coming here and then I'll be changing that to our next step. Then I'll be moving here again. Then here I'll be changing that to is to loop, and here when you've done that, just I'll be coming here over all. So here I'll be just moving forward again, then writing here the ori, and here if I just come here and then I'll be changing that to ordinate. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here again, and then here I'll be just moving here. But if I just come here, so here I'll be erasing this thing because now I don't need. So I'll be just giving space from here, and then I'll be writing it returned. So here I'll be writing it returned. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving forward and changing that to and draw, and then I'll be just moving here and I'll be writing dot rectangle. So here I'll be writing rectangle. So here I'll be moving now. So when you're done with that, I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be writing around them using OpenCV. So here I'll be writing around them using open, and here I'll be writing that simply. So when you've done with that things, I'll be just going here again, and then here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be giving space here, writing that, then simply I'll be just giving space from here also, and then here I'll be changing that to like we will, and then moving forward here, and then here it is written we be drawing a green rectangle. So here there is written we will be drawing a green rectangle. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving forward in that with thickness off. So here I'll be writing with thickness off. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, and here there is written thickness 2. So here we have done that all thing, thickness of 2. So here I'll be writing off. Okay, so we have written if, but I'll be writing off. Then I'll be just coming underneath here again, and when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be simply coming here, and then if I go back, so you can see till here we have defined that all things. So simply I'll be coming underneath by pressing enters again. So now you can see there is written like for, and here I'll be changing this to like come here again, then I'll be writing that to like x comma y, and here I'll be just moving again forward, and then there is written wh. So here I'll be doing one thing, like here I'll be writing wh. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be moving on here, and then writing in faces react rects here. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing here another thing which should be just like cv2 dot I'll be just coming here, I'll be writing rectangle. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing this bracket here, then I'll be writing here test image. So when you've done that, I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be coming here now, and then I'll be changing that to like comma x y, and then when you've done with that things here also, so I'll be just coming here and then writing x plus w. So here I'll be just writing here like x plus w. Then when you've done that, just I'll be moving forward here, then I'll be writing comma and writing like y plus h. So here we have done that all things, so I'll be just moving on here, and then here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing comma. Okay, so there is coming one error. Okay, so if I just move up, so here there is nothing, things like that, but it is good. Okay, so because here we have not written anything. So when you've done with that, so I'll be just moving on here, and then here I have to just write another thing which should be just like 0. So here I'll be writing 0 comma 255 comma 0. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be just writing like comma 2. So when you've done that, just I'll be simply coming underneath here, and here I'll be just moving back, and I'll be just scrolling down, and you can see till here we have just done that. So I'll be just writing here like finally. So here just write here like finally, then I'll be just moving forward, changing that to finally we shall, and here when you've done that, just I'll be moving here and then writing here like display, and just I'll be moving forward again and changing that to like the original, and then move here again and changing that to image in, and when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be writing color to see if the face. Okay, so I'll be writing color to see if the face, and when you've done that, just I'll be moving here has been detected. So here I'll be writing has been detected. So here when you've done that, just I'll be moving forward, and then I'll be writing correctly or not. So here I'll be writing correctly or not. So when you've done that, just simply I'll be coming underneath here, and when you've done with that things, here I'll be just coming and writing that to like convert. So here just write here convert. So here I'll be just moving forward again and then writing convert image to and then here I'll be just coming and changing that to like RGB, and here we have done that, so I'll be just moving here and writing show image. So when you've done with that things there, simply I'll be raising this underscore from here and writing a space here. So I'll be just coming underneath simply, and then when you've done that, I'll be writing plt dot, and then here I'll be writing plt dot im show. Then here I'll be just coming and writing this brackets, writing here convert to RGB, which we have just written at the top. So it is just converted into tag. Here you have to define your test image tag, which you have defined at the top, and now it is perfect. So here I'll be just coming underneath again, and then you have to just create a like, let's us create a generic like that. So here I'll be coming, then I'll be changing that to like let, and here just I'll be coming here, and then I'll be writing that to let us create, and here when you've done with that, so I'll be writing a generalized here, so I'll be writing that. So if I do that and go here and check that here, so it is not good here because this is not the correct spelling. So here I'll be writing that. So if I do that and just move here, and now I'll be checking, okay, so it is perfect. So here I'll be writing function, moving forward here, then I'll be writing for the entire, and then here I'll be changing that to for the entire face detection process. So here I'll be writing the entire face detection process. So when you're done with that things here, simply I'll be coming underneath, and then I'll be just moving here again, and here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing def means define detect faces. So here I'll be writing define detect faces. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing this brackets here, then I'll be coming here writing cascade here, then I'll be changing that to comma, and then moving forward here, then writing test image also, and then I'll be writing comma again, then moving forward and writing that to like scale factor. Then when you've done with that things here, I'll be changing that to equal 1.1, and here I'll be just coming underneath again, and then when you've done with that, but before that I'll be writing semicolon, and then I'll be coming underneath here and writing here like create, but here I'll be writing that to like create a copy. So here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be writing create a copy of the image, and if I just come here and then write to, and I'll be writing to prevent, and just I'll be coming forward here, and then I'll be writing to prevent any changes to the original one. Okay, so I'll be writing to prevent any changes to original one. So it means like you have to just take the original, means you have to just take a copy of your original image you have to download, which you have download from Google or anywhere, because here we have to just do some of the changes, means if it is error or anything, so we have to just do changes here. So because of that, take a duplicate, because if we do that things on original image, so it will be not work here, and means it will be work, but here if you're just having any error, so you will be thinking about why it is error coming, and you have to just do all the things in one image. So you have to take the like you have to take a duplicate of that, so there will be just not any of the worry about, we can just do everything in duplicate. So when it is good, we can just move on to original one and work in that. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, then we have to just write image underscore copy dash test underscore image dot copy. So here I'll be coming underneath first of all, and then here we have just written this tag. So here I'll be moving forward, then I'll be writing image, and here when you've done that, so I'll be writing image copy equal, and then there is written like test image. So here I'll be writing test image, and when you've done that, just I'll be writing this tag here, and in that I'll be writing dot copy. So here write that, and then you have to close that here. So simply when you've done with that things here, I'll be just coming, and when you've done that all, just I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be coming underneath here, and then when you've done that, just I'll be writing here to convert. So here I'll be writing that to convert, and here when you've done that, just I'll be writing that to convert the test image, and here I'll be moving forward and changing that to gray scale, and I'll be just moving forward again, then we have to write as OpenCV. So here when you've done with that things here, so simply I'll be doing one thing, I'll be moving forward here also again, then here when you've done with that things, and then I'll be changing that to as face detection. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving on here, and then we have to just write here detector, we have to just write not face detection, so you have to write detector, then you have to just move forward and just write expects, and when you've done that, just you have to write here like gray. So here I'll be writing gray, and then here I'll be just coming and writing here like images. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be just coming here now, and if I move forward, you can see nothing is now coming. So here I'll be simply coming underneath, writing gray image, and when you've done with that here, so simply I'll be just writing here to like cv2 dot, and here I'll be just writing that to like CVT color. So when you've done that, so I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming here, and then here I'll be just changing that to like image copy, and here when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming here, and then I'll be writing CV2 here. So here I'll be just doing that, and then I'll be writing dot color, which we have just defined here. So I'll be writing dot color BGR to gray, which we have just defined at the top, and the 2 times which we have defined here. So when you've done with that thing there, simply I'll be coming here and writing here like applying. So here I'll be changing that to like applying, and then I'll be moving forward, changing that to applying the har. So here I'll be writing har classifier. So here I'll be writing classifier. So when you've done that, I'll be just moving forward here to detect faces. So here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be simply coming underneath here and writing that to like faces react here. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here also, then writing here dot cascade, and here when you've done that, just I'll be coming here again, then changing that to like dot detect, and when you've done that, just I'll be moving here again and changing that to like detect multi-scale. So here I'll be writing multi, and then when you've done with that things, here I'll be writing multi-scale, and when you've done with that here, so you have to do one thing now. Here I'll be changing that to gray, and I'll be just coming here again and changing that to like gray image comma, and when you've done that, so I'll be just moving forward, and there it is written scale factor. So here I'll be writing scale factor equal, and then when you've done with that here, so I'll be writing here scale factor again. So simply when you've done with that things, I'll be just coming here, and then we have to just write it in capital, write comma here and move forward, and just write here like min neighbors here again. So here I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be just coming, and then I'll be changing this to like 5. So simply I'll be writing, so I'll be just coming underneath here, and when you've done that all thing, just I'll be moving here, and then I'll be writing that to again these things which we have written. So I'll be writing for, and here I'll be writing x y, and I'll be writing wh. So when you've written that things here, so simply you have to do one thing. I'll be now giving spaces here, and when you've done with that things, I'll be just coming here again, and I'll be writing in faces rect, and when you've done that, I'll be just coming here now again, and then I'll be changing that to like CV2 dot, and here we have done that all things. So simply I'll be coming and writing rectangle. So here just write here rectangle. So when you've done with that, so I'll be just coming here now and writing here like image underscore copy. So we have done that. So simply I'll be doing one thing. I'll be coming here and then writing here like x y. So here we have done that. So when you've done with that here, so simply I'll be coming and writing here like x plus w, and then I'll be writing comma y plus h. So when you've done that, I'll be just moving here and then writing here one thing like 0 comma 255 comma 0, and then after it I'll be writing comma 2. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing like there it is written comma again, so we have to do here comma. So now you can see now it is perfect. So when you've done with that, I'll be coming here again, then I'll be just going here and writing backspace, then I'll be just coming here and writing return, and then I'll be just moving forward here and changing that to like image copy. So when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming here again, and just here you can see there is written like testing function and these things. So when you've done with that, just you have to hit save, and now when you've done with that all thing, just you have to do another thing like, so now I hope till here you have understand that all things which we have just done in our face detection project, which we are just working with OpenCV. So when you've done with that things here, simply I will be doing one thing like I will be just going here again, and you can see till here we have written like return image copy here. So now I'll be doing one thing like I'll be just coming underneath here by just writing that, then I'll be just coming forward and writing testing here, because now we have to just test the work which we are just defining. Then I'll be writing testing the function, and when you've done that, just you have to go forward here and then write here like on new image. Okay, so just simply write. So when you've done that, just you have to just come underneath by pressing enter. So you can see we have done with that. So I'll be just coming here and writing here like loading, and here I'll be just coming forward here, and you can see there is written like loading image. So simply I'll be not given any space, and I'll be writing here like loading image. But here I want to just give a space because it will be given error if I not do that simply. So when you've done with that things, now here we have to define our test image here. So I'll be writing test image, and I'll be just going here, and now here we have to define test image 2 equals CV2, and we have done that all things. So simply I'll be writing here like I am read, and then I'll be just writing this brackets and coming here and writing here like group, and here I'll be writing group.jpg. So simply write like that. So when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here again, and now here I'll be just writing like call, and just write come forward here, and till here we have defined. So I'll be writing call the function, means you have to write the function with the help of this call the function which is written to detect traces. So it means like first of all you have to just write a function, means you have to call a function in this file of Python which we have made, where from which it will be just detecting the faces picture which you have just taken and given the answer to you, like it is good or not, and any error is coming or not with the help of this when you will be running that. So simply I'll be coming here, and you can see there is written like faces. So here I'll be writing that equal to, and if I just come here, you can see there is written detect faces. Then I'll be just writing this brackets here again, and then when you've done that, just I'll be writing har like we have written. So I'll be writing har cascade face again. So we have done that all, like at the top we have also written that. Then I'll be defining my test image 2 which I have just written in my comment, which is called loading image. So here I'll be writing test image 2. You can see here it is coming, because here we have to define in that, because this is a test image of our face. This test image means like I have just taken the duplicates of image which I have just download from like internet. So you can also do that. So you can just give it the name like test image, so I can just remember like it is test image. So we are using 2 images here, so because of that I'm given the name of test image 2. Like at the top, previously I've also given the name of test image at the top. So because of that I'm just using here test image 2. Now I'll be just coming underneath here. Simply I'll be going to this file, and here you can see, if I just show you, you can see there is written test image 2. So we have just written that. So I'll be just coming underneath here, and now we have to just write another tag which will be like convert. And when you've done that, so I'll be just coming here and write here convert to RGB, and you have to just write this and here. Then you have to write here like display image. So it will be just converting this image to RGB, and it will be just displaying our image like how it is looking and how the face detection is working. But till here we have not made that. So because of that I'm just writing, so you can remember like here we have written this command. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be scroll down, and you can see there's written PLT I am show. So just write here like PLT I am show. Then you have to do one thing, you have to write like that. And if I just come here, so you can see there's written convert to RGB again, which we have written at the top. Then you have to do one thing here, you have to define your faces tag which you have just written here. So I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be coming here and just writing here like saving. So just write here saving. Then I'll be moving forward here, and then write here like saving the final, and just go forward again. Simply write here like image. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath and writing another tag which will be like cv2 dot. And when you've done with that, so I'll be writing like I am right. So here you have to just write this brackets here again, and then write here like image1 dot png. So just write here, because here we have to define our image which was just in png format. Then I'll be defining the faces which we have just written. So now you can see we have just defined all the thing which we need to. Then you can go to file and press save all button to just save these thing which we have written. So simply till here we hope I hope you understand that all things. So when you've done with that all, just here we have just done that. So I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath now, and just I'll be changing a tag to like convert to, because there is 2 format, like there is RGB and there was another one here. If I just write, so here you can just change into simple, and here I'll be writing to simple format and display in print screen, or you can say in front end I'll be writing. So when you're done with that, so here I've written that because it means like it will be just simply it will be formatting this to like RGB, and when it is done, so it will be just display these things in front end, because till here we have just written that all things in back end and we can't see like our image is coming or not. So simply I've written in front end, so we can just remember like we are defining a front end tag from which our image will be coming in front end. We can see that. But at the top we are just defining that all things at the back end, so we can't just see that all. We can just do coding of that at the back end. So because of that I'm just defining front end, so you can just see your image how it is looking or not. So now when you've done with that, just be going to my 94 line again by pressing backspace, or you can just write here a tag which should be just write data convert. Okay, so just I'll be writing that. Then you have to just write equal to input, and here you have to just change that to breakpoint. So when you've done that all thing, just you have to come here now and just change that to like, here I'll be writing I am right. And when you're done with that, just you have to do one thing, you have to not write here like that. So I'll be just changing that to like if I just show you, we have written test image 2. So simply I'll be writing here first of all test image, then I'll be writing comma and defining test image 2, because I have written that, like I'm telling you, we will be just printing our picture and everything which we are writing in back end. So here we have to also define our image which will be just coming in front end. So we have defined these two images because on these two images we are just working with. So because of that, this will be just printing on our screen and it will be just looking. So because of that, I'm just using this image to work with. So simply when you've done with that things, here I'll be just coming underneath, and here also I'll be just coming underneath now. So when you've done with that here, so I'll be just coming underneath and then I'll be just going to top. Until here I hope you understand, and till here I hope you are enjoying. So if you are enjoying this video, so please hit the like button, or you can also smash that like button here. Then you can also comment me down like what things do you want from me in future, and what questions and answer you want to ask. You can also ask me in comment box, or if you are watching and you are just regular viewer on my channel, so you can also ask these questions on my Gmail or my previous videos which I have just uploaded, or you can also ask in this video, because it will be really helpful if you just ask that in that, because from that I can just remember like what people are just asking questions. So it will be really helpful for me to just check that all things. So you can see till here I hope you understand, and if you are having question like I'm telling you, you can Gmail me or just ask question on my channel or video. So till here now we have done that all things. So you have to do one thing. Now we'll be just coming here in this 95 line, or you can say here. So now we have to just print this data convert, because here it is not any of the tag, it is a thing like we have just written in the starting. So we have to also print that, so we can just see that on our screen. So simply I'll be writing print data convert. So just right here, and now you can see it as we just successfully printed, and you can just check that all things here. But we have to just do some of the other codings here, because we have just now take this image which we have just using at the front end, means at the screen. So now we have to just use that all things here. So when you're done with that here, simply I'll be doing one thing, like first of all I'll be going to top, and you can see we are just getting these things here. So here I'll be now scrolling down again, and we are just getting these things. Okay, so it is good. And then I'll be just writing another comment, like you can check that to like the, okay, so I'll be writing the simple, okay, so I'll be writing the simple format is, and here I'll be for, okay, so I'll be not writing this because here we have written already. So here I'll be just now writing that to like collect, and here I'll be writing collect data and convert that in Excel sheet. If I just say it, okay, so we are not using Excel, so you can say in Python AI, means artificial intelligence. So here now it means like it will be first of all collecting the data. Till here we have just written with the help of our image, because here we are making a face detection with OpenCV, so we have to just write many of the codes and import every of the thing which we have just importing. So because of that, it will be just collecting the data. Till here we have written the codes, and then it will be just converted into Python.ai, means it will be converting it to like means artificial intelligence, because here Python does not know like it, you are writing a code of artificial intelligence, data sciences, or you are writing the code of simple Python. So we have to just do like, we have to just think that like so computer can understand you are writing a code of AI, means artificial intelligence. So because of that, I am writing this comment, so you can just think like it is a code which we are writing of AI, means artificial intelligence. So we can just see our data. Till here we have written in our AI. So when you've done with that, so I'll be simply coming and writing here like AI, and then I'll be writing race, and then equal to, you have to just come forward, and then you have to write here like convert, just write here convert to, and just change into convert to RGB, which we have written at the top, because we are just converting this to like AI project. So simply I'll be changing that to like AI. Okay, so here I'll be changing that to like that. Then I'll be writing comma, and I'll be just changing that to this, and right here like artificial intelligence. So here when you're done with that thing, simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath, and you can see till here we have written. But if you want to just write this full form, you can write here, but I think you don't have to write, simply write it short form, so it will be good to go. So till here we have done, and I hope you understand. So I'll be going back, so you can just see codes. Okay, so till here it is done, so you can just see my code still here. So when you're done with that things here, you have to do one thing, like you have to just come underneath, like we are just having that. So here now we have done that all things, so you have to do one thing here, like I'll be just scrolling down here, and now you can see there's written like saving the final image, and we have just saved that successfully. Now I'll be just coming and writing this comment here, means this hashtag, and when you're done with that here, so simply I'll be changing this to like AI, which we have written. So here I'll be writing like convert, and here I'll be changing that to convert race tag or you can say race comment, or you can say anything here. So I'm just writing convert race tag to RGB format. So here I have to write that because here this race is a tag which we are just using with the help of this AI, and we want this race should be just converted in RGB, so we can also see that in screen, because the previously we have written everything which we have just converted in RGB. So we also want this AI race should be convert into RGB, so we can also see this AI printing on our screen. So here when you've done with that here, so you have to do one thing, like you have to just come here and just then write here like convert to RGB. Then in that I'll be changing that to like here write AI race which we have written. So when you've done that, now you have to just come underneath and printing this convert, just right here convert to RGB will be printing, so we can just see like it is working or not. Then I'll be writing AI race in that, like at the top we have written. So simply when you've done that, you can go to file, press save all button to just save these things here. And now when you've done with that all things, you can see till here we have defined, and if I go to the top, and you can see till here we have written many of the codes here, and I hope till here you have understand that all thing which we have written here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be going to top again, then I'll be just going to file here, then I'll be pressing save all button to just save that things. So simply I'll be just scrolling down here, and now when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath, and here I'll be just writing another tag which should be now, you can say that to like first of all I'll be going to talk and going to top and checking like till here what things we have written. So we are just having a comment here, so just you have to write a comment which should be like just right here RGB. Okay, so I'll be writing RGB format has done. So you have to write that and write again which should be just like RGB format has done, and then right here like and now we have to just manage, and just write here manage custom format. So here now we are just having this RGB format, means now this RGB format's work has been done. So now we have to just manage this format which is called custom format. So this custom format means like random format, means we have to just set our things randomly in our face detection, means like when the user take its face to our face detection software, or you can say OpenCV software, so this face should be just detected, and it will be just given the answer it is just an angry, or it is smile face, or it is any other face, so it will be just given like that thing. So we have to just for that we have to set a custom format here and manage, you can say manage a custom format, because now we have just format this RGB format, now we have to just format a custom format here. So now till here when you've done that, just you have to do one thing, like I'll be just coming underneath in this comment which we have written at the top. Then here you can just write like here if I just go forward. Okay, so there is written custom format. So when you've done that, write here like custom, or you can say I'll be writing in that, and I'll be writing custom format equal. And when you've done with that thing there, just write init tag. In that I'll be changing that to input, and here I'll be writing like just write here convert to, and write here custom. So when you've done with that things here, but before that I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing custom that. So simply when you've done that, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming, and if I just go to the top here, simply I'll be just scrolling down and checking one thing, like we have written this. So here if it will be just showing, if I just scroll down, so we are just getting convert to RGB. So if I write here convert to, changing it to like custom. So when you've done that, just you have to come here now, and then there is not anything like that. So simply I'll be writing that to this tag, and if I do that here, so nothing happens. I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing here convert to, and I'll be writing custom like that. So when you've done with that, now it will be just converting this tag which we have written at the top, it will be converting this to custom format, so we can just work with that thing. So you can see we have done that. So when you've done with that, so if I go to the top, you can see it is working. So just go to file, press save all button to just save that things. Okay, so it is working. So now you can just work with that thing. So when you've done with that all, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just running underneath here, and just I'll be writing. So now here you can see we have just defined that all things, and now when you've done with that, just I'll be just scrolling down here, and here I'll be just coming underneath, means after this hashtag here, and I'll be writing another comment here. So just write like RGB format we have written, so I'll be now writing like custom format is defined. So here I'll be writing, but it is half, okay, because here we have defined half custom format, it is many of them which we have to define, and we have to define it full. So here I'll be writing define it full. So when you've done with that thing, here simply I'll be coming underneath, and before that I'll be just writing print tag here, and I'll be printing this custom format here. So I'll be just pressing enter, and when you've done that all thing, just I'll be coming here again, and just I'll be changing that to like custom, and here I'll be writing custom format again to just define that, and here I'll be just writing like that thing, but before that I'll be writing custom format here equal to, and then when you've done that, just change that to like breakpoint, and in this breakpoint tag I'll be just changing that to input tag, and when you've written that, just press Ctrl Z simply, and here we have written that all things. So simply just write here a tag which should be just first of all before that. Okay, so it is done. So here I'll be now writing that to like custom, and I'll be writing format, because now we have to print the top of the custom format which we are working with. So simply when you've done that, I'll be changing this breakpoint to range. So now it is good. So you can see now there is nothing happening like that. So now when you've done that, now we have just converted this to like range tag, so we can just see the range in input tag, like how it is coming, it is good or not, our range of our face detection project which we are building in with OpenCV. So when you've done with that here, and if you don't know about OpenCV, you can just go to Google, and here you can just, if you don't know and you want to just download, so you can just write here like on the Google like how to download. You can also write CV2, I have written previously, but here you have to write to download OpenCV in Python in AI. So press enter here, so it will be just showing all the videos, you have to check that, and here it will be also showing like that. So you can see here it is coming like here you have to write CV is CV, so you can just go here and write on the OpenCV, or you can just write here with pip. Okay, so if I write with pip, so press enter simply, and here it will be just given every tutorial on YouTube like how to just install that here, and there will be also everything which you can just download. You can see there is certain, this will download and install the latest version of OpenCV. Okay, so you can just go to OpenCV side, which is just official OpenCV side. If I just go, I'll be just pasting that. Okay, so I can also write simply OpenCV, so it will be coming OpenCV. Press enter now, and you can see it there. It is the OpenCV official website. At the front it will be just showing, so you can just go here and you can just download here, and you can just see like how to download this. If I just go to the top, you can see here it will be just coming resources, libraries, and you can also see that all thing which you want here to just installed here. So if I just come here, so you can see that there are many things coming which you have to download. So you can just go here and press this OpenCV forum and just check the latest version of that if you don't know about that here. So you can see here it is. So you can also write here like OpenCV install with pip. So when you've done that, all just press enter simply, and it will be just coming, can you install, and you can see it is just asking pip install trust hood IP, and it will be just writing OpenCV-Python. So if I just come to my command, write open terminal, and you can write like pip install open-cv, and here if I just go, and you can see there is written OpenCV-Python. So if I write that and simply press enter, so you can see it is just collecting OpenCV and downloading that, because it is just really big enough, so it will be take some time to just download. So you can also download like that, so it will be just working of yours also if you just do that all things. So you can see it is just downloading here, and it is just really heavy enough, so because of that it is taking some time to just install. So till here when you've done with that things here, if I just go and just take my terminal to big enough. Okay, so now till here you can just understand that all things, and I hope till here you are just enjoying this video. And if you are just enjoying, so please hit this or you can say smash the like button, because it is just really helpful for me. And if you don't subscribe, so it is not good. So just also subscribe to my channel if you are new here. So now here we have just import that. If I go to the top and write here like CV2, you can see it is just coming with the data option here. Save here simply, and here I'll be doing one thing, like you have to go to this one file. Then I'll be going to top here, also changing that to CV2 again, save here, and then I'll be running that. So if I run that, so you can see nothing happening here, and then there is written like IPython get IPython is not defined. So here there is written get IPython is not defined. So I can also define that here if you want to. Okay, so here if I just come here again, and here if I write how to download get, and here if I just go to my PyCharm, you can see there is written get IPython. So here I'll be writing get IPython, and here I'll be just putting, or you can say tag also. So simply I'll be pressing enter, and you can see it will be just taken to your Stack Overflow, and you can just check everything with that, because in that it will be showing you like what errors you are having in that, and it will be also showing many other things which you are having in that. You can see there it is having the file error, but it is just showing here it will be not coming. So here like that will be showing all the things. I'll be simply closing, going to PyCharm text editor, and you can see we are just getting these things. So here when you've done with that, you can just run that by going to terminal. So we have just done that all things. So simply I'll be going to this file, and I'll be just scrolling down here. So we have done with that things here. Simply I'll be coming now underneath, and when you've done that, so I'll be just changing this to like, first of all, if I just go to my folder which I have just make, so you can also make a folder of like AI in which you will be writing your codes of that. So here I'll be just going to my local disk app here, because in that I have just made my folder. You can see there is the folder of face detection in Python using OpenCV. If I do that, and you can see there's things like that. So if I just, you can see it is also coming the images which you will be having. You can download that tag I'm telling you from like Google here or any others if you want to. So just open that here, and it will be just given many of the images you can just take, and you can just detect the face here. So when you're done with that, just I'll be going to data, and you can see you're getting many of the images here. So if I just open this image, you can see you can just do like you can just detect a face here. You can see with the help of this matplot image stacks. So here when you've done with that here, so when you've done with that, so here I'll be going to file and press save all button to just save that all things. And now we have done with that. So when you've done with that all things, so simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming here now, and if I just go to the top, so here it is just coming these things. So simply I'll be just coming here again, and then here I'll be now writing a tag which should be just like format, or you can say from, but I'll be changing that to format, and then I'll be changing that to like range. And when you've done that, I'll be writing equal to, and when you've done that all thing, just change that to like input, and here write init. And then when you're done with that all thing, just I'll be coming here and writing that to like range underscore format, because here we have to also define this thing. So I'll be just coming here now, and then I'll be just printing this format range here. So just come here and write here like format, so spelling should be correct. So I'll be writing format range. So when you're done with that here, so I'll be simply coming underneath and then writing here another tag which should be like range. So just write here like range, and then when you're done with that all things, so I'll be just writing that to like range, and then change that to like range format. And here when you're done with that here, so I'll be first of all doing one thing, like I'll be just coming, because we have written, so because of that there is coming error, but we have to just use that here again. But I'll be now using custom format here which we are just using previously. Then I'll be making a brackets of that, and then in that I'll be changing that to input tag. And here when you're done with that, in this input tag I'll be defining a tag which will be custom format itself again. So here we have to define this custom format. In that, then I'll be printing custom format here. So when you print that all things, you can see now it is perfect. You can work with that things, because now we have just also print this custom format here by writing that at the top. So when you're done with that things, you can go to file and press save all button to just save that things. Simply you can do one thing here, like I'll be coming here, and you can see it is perfect. So if I go to the top, everything is going perfect, and you can just now move on and do more things you want to. So simply I'll be now coming underneath here to work with that, and then I'll be writing a range tag. And when you've written that, simply write init tag in that, and in this init tag I'll be defining my range format here which we have written at the top. So simply write here like range format. So when you're done with that things here, so you have to do one thing, just simply go to file and press save all button to just save these things. And now it is done, so you can just move on and work with that things which you want to. So here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath here, and then I'll be printing this range here again. So you can see now we have print this range here, and then if it is working here, I think. Okay, so now it is working, so you can work with that thing simply. So when you've done with that, just I'll be going to file, pressing save all button, and now here till here we have just done that all things, and now you can just move on to work with that. So when you've done with that all, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming underneath here, and then I'll be just coming here underneath. And when you've done with that all, just I'll be changing this to like input. Okay, so I'll be just writing here like input, and when you've done that, just I'll be in that writing here range, or you can say breakpoint. I'll be not writing range, because range we have written many times. And in this breakpoint tag here, I'll be writing that format, and here I'll be writing custom. So when you've done with that here, so I'll be just coming underneath and printing this breakpoint here. So just print breakpoint here. So now I'll be printing this. So you can see now we have also print this breakpoint. So here now I'll be writing a comment of like breakpoint is important tag with input in custom format. So here when you've done with that, so now I'll be just telling you the meaning of that which we have written. So this means like this custom, in this custom format which we are making, like RGB format is done like I've told you. So in this custom format which we are making, this breakpoint is a really important tag which you have to just use and work with that. So because of that I'm just telling you like this breakpoint is really important tag in with this input custom format, so I have to just use to work with. So because of that I'm just saying you like this breakpoint is an important tag in this custom format which you have to just use and work with, because here we have just used breakpoint tag 2 times here or 3 times you can see. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to top and you can see it is working. So here I'll be just coming underneath here and then I'll be just writing that to like this hashtag here, then I'll be just moving forward. And when you've done with that, just I'll be going to top and it is working till here. So you can just go to file and press save all button to just save that things. So when you've done with that all, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming underneath and I'll be writing that to like custom format, and I'll be changing that to like custom format is done. Means it is not completed. So here I'll be writing custom format is half done. Now we can move forward on. So we can just work with many other things. So because of that I'm saying like we can move forward on. So when you're done with that thing, simply I'll be coming underneath here, and then when you've done with that all, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming here and then I'll be just pressing backspace here, and simply we are just working with that thing still here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming here and then changing that to like custom format again, because here we are working with custom format, so we have to just use this custom format tag again and again. Then in that I'll be changing that to breakpoint, in that right here range, because now we have to define range in that. Now when you've done that, just right here like custom range. So when you've done that all, this means like it will be define your custom range which is just coming in your this custom format. So till here we have done that. So when you've done that, just go to file and I'll be pressing save all button here. So now it is done. So now you can just move forward to work with. So if I go to the top, you can see till here we have just defined that, and now we are defining many other things also which we have to define. And I hope till here you are enjoying this video and just understanding things which I'm just moving and I'm telling you about artificial intelligence, you can say AI in the short form. Previously we have also built data sciences project which are just big than that, and the AI means artificial intelligence in data sciences project will be just big enough project. And don't think like this will be just projects like simple project of 10 to 15 minutes. These project will be just really big enough, because these projects that take some time to make, and it's small projects is of like you can say 30 to 40 minutes to make. You can see how big enough is that. So just I'm telling you here, you have to just practice that all project again and again, so you can just remember these all codes and work with your own and add your own features and quality which you want to add, because from that it will be just good practice of yours, and you can just work many other things of AI and data sciences in future also, like we are doing till here. So till here I hope you are understanding, and like I've telling you, this should be just really big enough to just make, but we have to just try our best to just make that. So just if you are having, and if you are just having a problem in every any of the tags, you can just ask question like I've telling you in my video. If you are just want to just ask, so you can ask any question, or I can give an answer of your question which you will be asking. So simply we have done that. So I'll be closing this file here, and till here we are just working, and you can see this file has been just working. So just do one thing, like you have to install one Anaconda prompt in your computer. So here you have to write Anaconda prompt. I'm just telling for those who are just beginners. So here you can also use command prompt here to work with, because this command prompt is also a good like thing prompt which you can just use, or you can also use shell. If I just do here, press right click, and you can just press Windows PowerShell here. So you can also use PowerShell like command prompt if you want to. If you don't have command prompt, so you can just use PowerShell here. But PowerShell is also a powerful like thing. So if I write Python, so you can see it will be changing the, it will be just telling the version of Python. So you can also write your Python codes in that if you are not having any of the like text editors. Simply I'll be writing print tag to just test here. You can see it is just working. So if I write here like tag equal and if I write my name, then here if I come forward and write print my name again, close, and you can see there is nothing happens because this print should be in another line, so it just think like it is just in one line. So if I write that simply my name, press enter, you can see nothing is coming. So I'll be just changing that to print, and now if I just print my name here, close, you can see now my name is coming because in this tag I've just written my name and I printed that here, so there's coming my name. But if I just do one thing like tag equal my name again, then if I write print tag here, and if I just write tag here, press enter, you can see again my name is coming because this in this tag I've written my name and I've defined this tag in print tag, so because of that it's printing my name. So you can just also work with PowerShell if you want to. If I write here like JavaScript, press enter, you can see this JavaScript is not any of the version of that, so because of that there is coming thing like that. So like that you can work with that thing. So if I just press right click again, open PowerShell, you can write React and press enter, so you can see there is also not any of the React, so because of that it is just coming error. So if you want to download Anaconda prompt here, if you don't have command prompt or Windows PowerShell, but I think you will be having Windows PowerShell because it is already installed in your computer or laptop which you are working with. If I go to here, and you will be also having command prompt, but if you have delete, so I'm telling for those you can use Anaconda because this is also a really good prompt you can just use. So here I'll be writing Anaconda, and you can say Anaconda prompt, and you can see here it is. So you can just do one thing like you can go here and just install that by writing that. So you can just write Anaconda, or you can write Anaconda in Python install, press enter simply. So you can see you can just install Anaconda from any of the like website which will be just coming. So you can see everything is just coming, so you can just install Anaconda prompt from anywhere you want to, because there are many of the website from which you can just install Anaconda here, which is just very good. You can write Anaconda prompt simply, so it will be coming. If I just right, so you can see there is coming like Anaconda prompt, you can see that how good looking is that. So like that you can just work with that things there, and simply I hope you understand that all. And there is also a guideline of like how to download Anaconda prompt here. So you can see there is just taken the official website of Anaconda, so you can just press download button to download here. And if you are having 64-bit of your system, so in that it will be just install. If you are having 32-bit version of your Windows, so it will be not installed in that because it is of 64-bit system. If you are just having, then it will be just working in yours, so just take care about that. Now when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be now closing this file, and I hope you understand how to download Anaconda prompt here. Or you can also run your terminal or command prompt here because there is nothing happens, and you can also work in PowerShell like I've shown you. So simply when you've done with that here, I'll be doing one thing like I'll be just coming here, I'll be just pressing enter now, and now when you've done with that here, so I'll be just writing another thing which should be like this tag. Then I'll be just moving forward and writing here another tag which should be just like breakpoint, and here first of all I'll be writing print, and now here I'll be writing print custom format in front end, so we can see till here. The spelling you have to take care about spelling. So we have written like front end, so we can see till here what we have made. So I've just written that because now here it will be just telling you like it will be printing the custom format till here which we have just made, and it will be showing us at the front end this will be showing us on our screen like how it is looking until here what we have just made. And if it is giving error, so you can also check that it's given error and why. You can also just debug the problem and work with that. But if you can't debug problem, having a problem, so you can, like I'm telling you, you can comment me at the comment box what error you are just having, or you can also send me a print screenshot on my Gmail, or you can also send me on the reply by just going to attachment file and just take in the file, and just you can send me the like link. But you can't send the link in reply, so you can just send me the like print screenshot in my Gmail if you're just know how my Gmail is just found. So you can just go to the about section of my channel. In that I've written my Gmail, and I'm telling you again like my Gmail is like you can say young old designing developer. So you can just email me in that, and I'll be just debugging all your problems here which you are having. So when you've done with that here, so you have to do one thing now. I'll be coming here, then you can write format range, and here I'll be coming and writing that to like range, and I'll be writing breakpoint. So here we are not writing that. So here now my K key was just not working, so because of that I can't write that. So I was just checking that yesterday also it was not working, so I've just do that now. I have to just change that here. So it's my K key was not working, so because of that I can't write, but don't care about that. We have to just focus on our work. So when you've done with that, you can see we have just defined many of the things. We have print that until here. I hope you understand. And here we are just defining two formats. One is called RGB format, second one is custom format. So RGB format has done. So now we have to define like custom format. So we can just move on and see till here what we have made. And you can also use many other pictures of many like people. If you want to, just you can take an environment picture and just take that in face detection. But take care about that. The image which you are taking should be just in every people. If you are not doing that, so just take one image of one people, means one person. Like it should be just having a face detection on that, because if it will be just many people, so it can't understand like it is it's going angry smile, or it is having any of the like many other things. So just take care about that. So when you're done with that, you can see we are getting format range which we have just written. And here now I'll be just coming and writing that to print, and I'll be printing my format range here, range. So now we have just print that. So simply when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath here, and when you've done with that here, so simply I'll be now writing that to like print, means I'll be now writing a comment here, and in this comment I'll be changing that to like front end is working till here. So you can just write, because till here now we are not getting any error, everything is perfect. So we can just move on. So we can move on. So when you're done with that, I'll be just coming underneath, and you can see there is coming front end is working till here. So we can move on. So here I'll be just coming here and then writing here like format. So here I'll be writing that to like format, and then I'll be now writing front end here. So writing front end work, and when you've done that, this I'll be writing equal to, and then I'll be changing this to like now we will be writing range, and in that I'll be writing format range, and in that I'll be just changing that to like, you can say I'll be writing here like custom format. So just when you're done with that, here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just moving forward until here we have done. So now it is good. So now you have to just print this front end work which we are just defining at the top. So just write here correctly like front end work. So you can see now we are just having these things. So just go to file and press save all button to just save these things, and you can see we are just getting these things, and now it is perfect. So now when you've done with that things here, I'll be just moving and underneath, and you can see it is working. So I'll be just go over and here till here we are just working with that things here, and here I'll be just coming underneath now, and here I'll be just writing this hashtag here again, and then when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be now writing that to like tags. So here right here tag should be good, so there will not any error, because here now we will be just writing a tag which should be just getting error of yours. So you have to just install that, and I'll be showing you how to do that. So you have to just write tag should be good, so there will be not any error. So I'll be writing that. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath here, and then I'll be changing that to like tag should be good, so there will be not any error. Now we have to just write a tag which should be like backend work. So this is a backend work which we are doing. Then I'll be writing that to breakpoint, change that to init, right here input, and then after it I'll be changing this to tag which should be like here I'll be writing now front end work. So in this backend I'm defining this front end work, because here so it will be just working good, but here I'll be not writing this because it is just giving error if I'm writing. So here I'll be changing a tag which should be like input. Simply I'll be writing input tag here, and here in this input tag, first of all I'll be changing this to like custom format, and in this custom format I'll be writing a equal to, but before that I'll be writing equal to. So equal to is also okay. So we have to only write custom format, because in backend work we have to also define a custom format, so we can just see in backend how it is working and in front end how it is working. So obviously we can't see like how in backend how it is working. We have to only see in front end. In backend we have to just check with the error like it is working good or not. So till here we are just working here, and now when you've done with that thing, you can just go to run, and here I'll be running this file. So you can see it was just taking some time to just run, because here it is just really heavy file, so because of that will be take some time to just run. So this error is not about anything, because like I've telling you yesterday also, this is a bracket error, and bracket error just nothing happens here. So you can just move on and work with your things here which you are working with. So simply when you've done with that here, so you can just go to file and press save all button to just save these things which we are just working with. So here we have done that. So I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here again, and here I'll be just coming now, and then here I'll be also just coming and writing this to like a tag, which should be, first of all, I'll be going to top, and you can see here we are just now I'll be changing that to like half. Okay, so here now you have to write that to like front end, which we have just written. So we have also written like working till here, so we can move on. Okay, so now we have to define like custom format has been coded, or I'll be just writing that custom format should be perfect, so you can move on. So I'll be writing so you can move on to work with that thing. So I'll be writing to work with that thing. So when you've done with that thing there, I'll be just coming underneath here and just I'll be moving forward, and here there is written like custom format should perfect, so you can move on to work with that thing. So when you've done with that, so I'll be just coming here and I'll be writing that to like custom format. So here I'll be changing that to like custom format, and then when you've done with that things there, simply I'll be just coming and changing that to like input, and in that I'll be just writing that like comma, in that I'll be writing random, and here I'll be changing this to like format. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming underneath and writing that to print custom, and I'll be changing that to format. So now when you've done with that, just go to file, press save all button to just save that things there, and I hope till here you have understand that all things. And here when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing now. If I go to the top, okay, so now it is working, so you can see that. Okay, so here when you've done that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be just coming underneath till here. So here we have done that. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, and then I'll be writing a hashtag again to just define a comment again. So here now I'll be changing that to like everything is perfect. Now we can take back and more things to front end. So this means like it will be just taken this everything, means it will be taken everything perfect now, means now everything is just perfect, so we can just move on with everything, and now it will be taken this back end to front end, means it will be just taken this back end thing to front end, and it will be also adding more things in that, so we can just move on with that things. And now everything is perfect here, so we can just work with that, and you can see now the things we have just taken, some of the thing which we have just taken back end to front end, and now there are more than enough thing which we have to just take back end to front end. So we'll be just doing that here, and it will be also take some time to just make. So when you've done with that, simply I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be just coming underneath, and then here I'll be just changing that to like here, first of all I'll be going to top, so just write here a tag which should be like custom, and here I'll be writing custom format. Simply write a tag which should be like random, or you can write range. So I'll be writing range, then write here like equal, but I'll be just writing in that this bracket, and in that I'll be writing custom, or write here format range. So simply write that. Now we are just writing this format range, so we can just define that here like we have defined at the top. So now it will be just working here. So when you've done with that here, simply I'll be doing one thing like I'll be changing this tag to input. So now it is good. So when you've done that, just I'll be simply coming, and now I'll be just printing this input in my print tag, so we can just print this format range at our screen, means at our front end screen, which we are just checking that. So now when you've done that all thing, just you have to do one thing now. Here I'll be just coming underneath again, and then it will be just going to top here, and till here I hope you understand that all things now. So you can just also work with breakpoint if you want to, but here I'll be just simply coming, and then here I'll be just writing this, means I'll be just writing this hashtag here, and I'll be just changing this to like here. Now when you've done with that, so I'll be just changing to backend now. So here I'll be now writing like front and things are perfect. So here we have written now move on backend. So here we have just converted all the backend things to front end. Now we have to do one thing like we have to just now work on backend, because now the front end is done, so we have to just move on backend. So we can just write backend coding, and we can see our face is detecting or not, or how things we are just getting in that. So we can just move on and work with that. So when you're done with that things, you have to do one thing now. Here you have to just come here, and then here I'll be just changing that to like backend work. So here I'll be writing this tag and writing equal to here, writing a range tag here, writing format range in that, so simply write here, but I'll be not writing that, I'll be writing custom format in that because it was just front end command which we are just using. Then here I'll be writing here like backend work and change that to custom. So this backend work should be in custom, so because of that I'm writing, and I'll be just printing this backend work here which we have written. So I'll be just writing backend work. So now here just also print that. So simply I'll be going to file and pressing save all button to just save these things here. So when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be coming here and then I'll be writing a comment again and writing like all, and I'll be writing all the things are perfect. Okay, so I'll be writing that. Now we can move on. So here I'll be writing. So when you've done with that thing here, simply I'll be just coming underneath and then I'll be just going at the top, and now we have just done that all. So I'll be just going to file and pressing save all button here. So simply I will be writing here like custom format, and then I'll be changing this to like another tag which should be just like range, and I'll be writing range format. Then I'll be changing that to comma, and here in that I'll be writing a range, and then when you've done that, just I'll be changing that to like front and work. So here we have done that. So when you've done that all, just I'll be coming and printing this custom format again. So now here I'll be doing one thing like writing custom format like that. So when you've done with that things, you have to just go to file, press save. So now till here we have just defined many other things, like now we have also defined this like custom format, and now we have to define some of the other things of custom format in the backend. But we have just defined like RGB format here. So for defining a custom format, you have to do one thing, like you have to just come underneath this print tag here, and when you've done that, just I'll be writing another tag which should be just first of all comment, and then after this comment I'll be just changing that to like, first of all just go to the top and you can see there is written like perfect, and then there is written like custom format. So here when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like first of all I'll be just moving here and you can see there is written like all the things are perfect. Now we can just move on. So here I'll be writing back and work has been started here. So now when you've done with that, so I'll be just coming underneath and I'll be changing that to like custom, and then I'll be writing that to like first of all backend work. So here I'll be writing backend work, then here I'll be writing equal to, and then I'll be just changing that to like custom format, and in that I'll be just changing that to like backend, and I'll be writing backend work here. So I'll be writing underscore, then I'll be writing comma, and here I'll be changing that to like range underscore format. So when you've done with that, just I'll be coming underneath here, and now here I'll be just going to file and just simply pressing save all button to just save these things here. So till here I hope you understand that all. And now when you've done with that things, here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming here and now writing a print tag to just print this backend work which we have just defined. So just print that by writing this backend work tag. So now when you've done that, just I'll be simply coming here and just I'll be going to top. Until here I hope you understand that all things. And now here I'll be doing one thing, like just come underneath here again, then I'll be writing this tag again, means hashtag, and here I'll be just first of all going to top, and you can see there's written all the things are perfect. Now we can just move on, and there is also written like everything is perfect. So when you've done with that all, just I'll be coming underneath here, and now here I'll be just changing that to like backend again, and now here I'll be now writing this, I'll be changing that to like backend, and I'll be writing backend format. Backend format is not done, we have to complete that. So here I'll be writing complete that. So when you're done with that, I'll be just simply coming underneath here, and then I'll be just changing that to like backend, and here I'll be writing that to like backend work. And then when you're done with that things, I'll be just coming here and then writing that to like range, and then I'll be changing that to like range work. And when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like another tag which should be like format custom. So here when you're done with that things, here I'll be doing one thing now, like I'll be just coming forward here, and then I'll be just coming underneath again, and then I'll be just changing that to like this sign, and then I'll be just moving on. But before that, I'll be printing this backend work here. So just print this backend work. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be just coming and then I'll be just moving underneath and just I'll be going to file and pressing save all button to just save these things. And till here I hope you understand. So when you're done with that, just if I go to the top and you can see everything is just perfect till here. And I hope till here you are just enjoying this video. So if you are just enjoying, so please smash that like button because it is really important to do here if you are just new here. So now when you're done with that things here, I'll be just writing this tag again. Then here I'll be changing that to like format has been applied, so you can write like that. So here first of all I'll be doing one thing now, format has been applied, you can say. So I'll be writing format has been applied, we can move on. So it means like now our backend format has been applied, we have to just move on and work with another format which we have to work with. So simply I'll be going to top and you can see it is working now. So here I'll be just coming and then I'll be changing that to like format, and I'll be changing that to format range. And when you've done with that, I'll be writing equal to, and here when you've done that, just I'll be writing that to like here writing input, and in that I'll be changing that to range. And here when you've done with that thing there, simply I'll be writing this tag and then I'll be just changing that to like custom. So here I'll be writing custom underscore and change that to custom work. So when you've done that, just I'll be simply coming and writing here like format range. So here I'll be writing that again. So here when you're done with that thing, simply I'll be coming here and now here I'll be simply going to file, pressing save all button here. So here go to file, press save all. So now you can see everything is just perfect. So here I will just press reload all from disk. So here I'll be doing. Okay, so if I just come here, then if I just go to this PC and there's nothing happens here. So now when you've done with that things, here you have to do one thing now. Here I'll be just coming underneath, then writing this hashtag again, then going here after that. And when you've done with that thing there, I'll be just coming here and then I'll be going to top here and everything is just good and you can just good to go with everything. So if I go to the top, you can see it is just working here. And now we are also just import this CV to import, and we have also import this matplotlib which we have to just do. So when you've done with that things here, we have also written get ipython. So here I'll be doing one thing like going to terminal and then I'll be writing here pip install ipython, press enter. So you can see it is just installing that, and you can see it is just installing some of the gen utils which we have to work with this ipython which we are working with, and you can see it has been successfully installed. So I'll be just now writing that to like get ipython, and when I'm done with that, just I'll be coming here and then saving that here, and then I'll be doing one thing like I'll be just going in the last, and here I'll be just running that. If I do that, so you can see now this bracket error is again coming. So I'll be just simply minimizing that and just I'll be going to this folder, going to my local disk F folder in which I was just making my folder of like this one, face detection in Python. Then here I'll be doing one thing, I'll be just open that with OpenCV in that. So just open here and you can see here it is. So when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like going to run, pressing run, and I'll be just face detection in that. So you can see now there is also just given error like this get ipython is not defined. So I'll be just zoom in so you can this code also. So till here we have defined, so I'll be just minimize that, then going to this phase. And now I hope till here you are just enjoying and just understanding. Till here we have just done many of the things in this face detection with OpenCV project. So here when you've done with that, just I'll be coming here again, and here I'll be just moving at the top, and you can see it is just working here. So you can just change that to like here if I just move, and then you can just write here format, here just write format being applied. So here you can write format has been. So here I'll be writing format has been applied. So here we don't have to write that, so we can write here like backend. So just write here like backend work is still not, you can say not complete, so we have to complete that. So here I'll be writing we have to complete that. So when you've done with that, so I'll be just coming underneath here and then I'll be changing that to like backend, and I'll be writing here like backend work. So here when you're done with that thing, here I'll be just coming and then I'll be changing that to like format range, underneath like format range I'll be writing. So when you've done that, I'll be changing that to like print backend work. So when you're done with that here, so I'll be doing one thing like simply I'll be going to file, pressing save all button, and you can see we have just saved that things and it is working. So when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing like till here we have just done that all, and we have also written some of the other thing which we have to just work with. And I hope till here you are just enjoying this video. So when you're done with that, just I'll be coming underneath here again, then I'll be just writing this comment and writing here like backend and changing that to like backend is not done yet. So I'll be writing not done yet. So the backend is not done yet, so we have to work with, and I'll be changing that to work with format range. So here I'll be writing that. So we are just not still backend work is not done yet, so we have to just now here we have to work with this format range here. So now for working with that, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just simply coming underneath here, and when you're done with that, so I'll be just going here first of all, and then I'll be writing that to like backend, and I'll be writing backend work equal, and then when you've done that, I'll be just coming here, but before that I'll be writing init, and then in that I'll be writing input. So when you're done with that here, so I'll be changing that to a tag which should be like format range. So when you're done with that, I'll be simply doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, then changing that to print, and I'll be writing that to like backend work. So when you're done with that, simply I'll be just coming underneath here, and now till here we have just defined, and you can see how it is working, and now it is working good. So when you're done with that here, simply you have to do one thing, you have to go to file, press save all button to just save these things here, and now I will be just coming underneath and then writing here like work back, and here I'll be just writing equal to, then just change that to like tag of breakpoint. So here I'll be writing in that range tag, so just complete range tag here, but here in that I'll be not writing this tag. I'll be changing that to, you can say, a temporary tag here. Then here in that I'll be changing that to a tag which will be input, and in this input tag I'll be changing that to like custom format. So when you've done with that, now we have to work with custom format which we are working. So we are just working in back end of custom format, like front end has done, like I'm telling you. Now when you've done that, just I'll be writing here like back end custom format work started, and front end custom format work is done. So when you're done with that thing here, simply I'll be coming underneath, and then I'll be changing that to print work back here, then I'll be writing like print work back. So when you're done with that thing here, simply I'll be coming underneath, and I'll be writing that to like custom format should be with back end in this comment. So here when you've done that, I'll be just coming underneath. It means like this custom format tag, like we are just writing in that, so it should be just with this like if I just move forward, so with this comment here means with this backend work which we have just working. So when you've done with that here, so I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing here custom format, simply write, and then you have to change that to like backend work, and then when you've done that all things, just I'll be writing here like custom format, simply like that. So when you've done that, just I'll be printing here like backend work. So here I'll be printing that. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be coming, and you can see till here we have defined, and when you've done that all things, just you can go to file and press save all button to just till here we have just done with that things here. And now here when you've done with that, so I'll be just moving at the top, and you can see we are just moving on again and again, and now everything is just going perfect. So we can just work with many other things after here. So here when you've done with that, I'll be just doing one thing, I'll be just scrolling down here, and till here we have just defined. So here I'll be just coming underneath, and then I'll be changing this to like this hashtag again. After that I'll be writing, and now here I'll be just writing that to like back end. So here when you've done that, just I'll be now writing that to format, and here in this I'll be writing custom format we have just written already. So here I'll be just moving forward, and I'll be writing that to like back end, and right here like backend work has been done, and I'll be writing here backend work has been done. So so here backend work. Okay, so now here we will be not writing any of the comment here because we are just use many of the comments here. So when you've done with that, just simply I'll be writing here a tag which should be backend. Okay, so don't write backend, just write back work equal, and then in that I'll be changing that to like custom, or you can say yes custom format I'll be writing here. Then when you've done that, I'll be just coming here again and then changing that to like backend. So here I'll be writing that to like backend work. So when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here again, and then I'll be just writing that to like back work. So just write here like back work underscore that. So when you're done with that things here, I'll be just simply coming underneath, And when you've done that, just go to file and press save all button to just save their things here. So when you've done with that here, simply I'll be doing one thing. First of all, I'll be going to top, and you can see we are just working with that things here. So you can see till here, I hope you understanding that all things. And now like I'm telling you, you can also work these things in like any of the PowerShell or any Anaconda prompt or command prompt here. And there is many of the other things which you can just work with in that. And here there are many other text editor if I show you to work with in Python. If you don't have the space to just download PyCharm, because it's a really big community to just install, that means it will be take your 900 MB to 800 MB. And if you're not having any of the space in that, so here I'm just having a space. If I show you, I'm just having 465 GB, 1 TB, 675 GB here and 1 TB here, so I can just store that. But if you are having the small like computer or not any of the space, so you can just work with that VS Code. If I write press enter, so you can see this is also a code editor which you can just use and work with. So if you are just on my channel and if you are seeing like I'm working with React clones also and React projects also, which I've done previously, but here I'm working with React clones. So here I'm using this code editor which is called Visual Studio Code to just work with my clones in React. So you can see that, and you can also debug problems in that, and you can also see like what the people said about that and how it is just good. And you can see that this is the favorite text editor. This Visual Studio Code is really of the like famous text editor which you can just use to write Python and every language here you can just write. You can just install also the debugging things you want to just install here. So you can see you can also work with here JavaScript, React, you can work with Python. There are many other languages you can work with, HTML, CSS, you can work with that. And there is many here another text editor which is called Sublime Text. Press enter, or there are many of the version of this Sublime Text also. So this is a Sublime Text 3 here. This is not any of the like popular, it is a popular but people don't use that here, but my opinion is to just use that because it is also a really good text editor which you can just use there of every language. You can work here with Python, or you can also work with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React in that. But I think if you are working with React or not working that, just use Visual Studio Code for that, because that is the best text editor which you can just use to work with. So you can see there are many of the features in that. There is one other text editor which is called Sublime Text.3. If I press that, so this is the Sublime Text 3 which you can just use. There's also a new text editor here in the market. If I just press here, so this is the 4 which I have just already installed. So this is the 4th version of that. And here you can see many other, you can text editor here. You can also work with Notepad plus if I write, so you can see there is the Notepad plus text editor which is really good here. But I think not to just work with this text editor because it is a really old version text editor, and it will be just having a languages like C++, C and C#, and it will be also having JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, and many other languages. But my opinion is to not use that. If you know about Notepad, like this is the Notepad which is just in your screen. You can see this is the Notepad, and in that you can also write your codes of Python and everything here, because it's also helps you to just run that. Just with the help of command prompt you can run this this file. Just you can save as like you can write python.py, or you can write here like if I write javascript dot, and there if I press that, so you can see there is all files, or you can just write your format of your file which you just want to save. So you can write JS, so it will be just saving in JavaScript. If you want to save in HTML, write HTML, then CSS, and there is if you want to save in React, so just write that. Or if you want to just save in like I press, or if you want to just save in Python, so just write .py to save. And you can also work with Notepad here, and it is the second version of Notepad, this Notepad++. So because of that is Notepad++. So you can just also work with that, but my opinion is to not to use because it is a very old version text editor and not provide really good features and quality which you are having in Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code, and Atom also. Okay, so if I just show you Atom text editor here, so this is the Atom text editor which you can just work with. It is also a really good text editor like Visual Studio Codes, provide Git, GitHub means provide Git, and it's also provide many of the other things like terminal, console, and you can also write codes in that because it is also having a like real-time package in JavaScript and many other languages. You can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. You can also use in that like language like Python because it's also really good for that. You can also use here like Node.js or many other languages here. You can see it is for 64-bit Windows 7 or later. If you are having Windows 7 or 64-bit version in that, so then you can download. If you are having a not version like that and having 32-bit or 10 Windows, or you can having a 95 Windows, so it will be not work in that. So here if I write Windows 95, so press enter. So you can see there is the Windows 95 here. You can also work with that Windows 95 because it is not really of the like amazing Windows which you can just use. It's older than Windows 7 also. So my opinion is to not to use, just use Windows 10 here or Windows 7, or you can also use Windows 8 also because it's also really good. So now till here we are just having these things here, and now your operating system also just depend on your work. So just if your operating system is just less or it is fast, so your work will be just going fast. It is less, so it will be just not going good, it will be just going less. So it depends on your operating system, and it's also depend on your like internet speed here if you are working with, because these all languages which you are working with run with internet speed here. So just also want internet speed to work with. So here I'm just having an internet speed of like enough to 30 to 20 Mbps. So you have to also want, but if you are just beginner, so you can just take the speed of like 1 to 2 Mbps because it will be just good for you here to just use. So till here when you're done with that here, so first of all I'll be okay. So now here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming and writing a like this hashtag here. Then in that I'll be changing that to like back work tag has defined. Now work on custom format of backend. So when you've done that, this I'll be coming underneath here and then writing that to like a tag which should be like custom format again. So when you've done that, this I'll be changing that to equal to, and here I'll be just changing that to like backward, or you can write backend. And when you've done that, this I'll be changing that to like backend, and here I'll be writing backend work. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be writing comma, then I'll be writing back work. So when you're done with that, simply I'll be coming and printing this custom format here. So when you've done with that, now it has been just print. So here first of all I'll be doing one thing, I'll be writing back work should be defined here. So we have to write comment here also. So I was just not writing because it was just not good if I not writing comment in that. So simply I'll be just coming. So it's depend on you if you want to write this comment, so you can write. But I'm just if you are a beginner, so just you have to write this comments if you don't know about these things. So you have to just write that. So it will be just good for you to just remember like what tag you have written previously and what you will be writing in future. So just it will be good if you write that all things. Now when you've done with that here, so simply I'll be just coming here again. Then I'll be changing this to like you can say custom, and here I'll be writing custom format should now be defined with only back work. So when you've done with that here, simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath here and then changing that to like custom, and here I'll be writing custom print equal, and then here I'll be changing that to like a tag which should be like back and work. So here I'll be writing like back and work. So here I'll be writing comma, and then when you've done with that, so I'll be changing that to like custom. So here when you've done with that, so here when you've done that, this I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here and changing that to like custom format, and here I'll be just now printing this custom print on my screen. So just print this custom print. So when you're done with that, now we have just print that. Simply I'll be going to file and pressing save all button to just save these things here. And now till here I hope you understand that also. When you're done with that, so I'll be just using these all notifications here. So now here you can also just take your computer in your night light mode if you want to here by pressing that. You can see now my computer has been in night light mode, but I'll be off that because it was not looking good. So here now you can also take it to tablet mode, or you can also connect your Bluetooth with that if you do that. So it is also some things like that. So here you can see we have done with that things here. And now here when you've done that all this, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here and then I'll be writing this hashtag again, writing here format should be now. I'll be writing format should be now in custom here. So I'll be writing custom here. So when you're done with that, so I'll be just coming here and then writing here like custom print has been defined. So here I'll be writing custom print here, and then I'll be writing format has been defined. So when you're done with that, here format has been defined. So here I'll be just coming and printing this custom print here on my screen. So when you're done with that, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to file, press save all button, and you can see everything is just perfect. You can just move on and work with that thing. So when you're done with that here, you have to do one thing here again, like I'll be just saving that by going to file and pressing save all button. So here now it is good. So when you've done with that, I'll be coming here and then I'll be changing that to like forward. I'll be coming, then I'll be writing like define custom, and I'll be writing define custom format for this custom print. So when you're done with that thing there, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming underneath and changing that to like, first of all, define, and here I'll be writing define custom equal format, and then I'll be writing range here. And now when you're done with that, I'll be changing that to like here I'll be changing that to custom print. So when you're done with that, here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be changing that to like print, and I'll be writing define custom. So when you're done with that, here just I'll be going to file, pressing save all button to just save that things. And now you can see it is just good, and you can work with that here. So now when you've done with that, just you can go to the top and work with that things here. So here we are just working with that. So now when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing, like if I just go to the top here again, and you can see there is again coming the bracket error at the top in get Python. So don't care about that here, because this should be not having any of the like difficulty in our work. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing here again, like I'll be just coming underneath now again by pressing this, and then I'll be just writing here like this sign means this hashtag here. And then when you've written that all thing, just you have to do one thing here, like I'll be now defining custom. So right, custom with define, we will write here so we can print this on screen. So when you've done with that things here, now we have to just define this custom with define. So we can just define that all things means we can just print that all things on our screen, and we can see that till here what we have just made with this backend custom format. So when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be coming here, then writing it to like custom, and then right here like custom define. And now when you've done that, write equal to, and then I'll be just changing that to like format range. And here when you've done with that, I'll be just writing that to like a tag which will be like define. And now when you've done that, I'll be just moving here again, and then I'll be changing that to comma, and then I'll be changing that to like, first of all I'll be going to top, and then I'll be writing right. And then when you've done with that all thing, just I'll be coming here writing here range. So when you've done with that, here I'll be just coming underneath and writing here to like print. So here I'll be writing print custom define. So here when you've done with that things, here I'll be doing one thing, now I'll be coming underneath, and here just I'll be going to file and pressing save all button to just save that things, and now it is done. So when you've done with that, just I'll be going to top till here, and now till here you have just understand that all things, and till here you are also enjoying that. So now just save that again if you have not saved that, and you can also go to terminal and work with that here. So you go to terminal, just simply then write here like pip install, and if you want to just install anything, you can just write pip install Python, or you can also see your Python version if you want to check. So just write here Python, press enter, it will be showing the version of that. So my version is 3.8.5, so it is coming that. Then your own version will be just coming which you are having in your Python. And you can also work in here also in Python, like I've telling you. So here simply I'll be doing one thing, you can see it is on Windows 32 here, so because of that it's that. So simply I'll be just minimizing, means I'll be pressing minimizing just option. Then when you're done with that, just I'll be going to file and pressing save all button to just save. So now this has been just saved here, and now it is not good to, so now we are just good to go. So I'll be just coming underneath and writing this hashtag again. Then here I'll be writing that to like define, and here I'll be writing that define right and format range. So here I'll be writing format range here. So when you're done with that things here, define right and format range here. So I'll be just coming here, and now I'll be writing here like format, but here I'll be writing from format range. And when you're done with that, simply I'll be coming here, and before that I'll be changing that to like everything, but I'll be writing format here simply. So I'll be writing format range, and when you've done that, I'll be writing here like backend word comma, and then I'll be changing that to custom define, and right here custom, change that to custom format. So when you've done with that things, I'll be just coming here and then printing this format range here at my screen. So when you've done with that, simply I'll be doing one thing, now I'll be just going to file and pressing simply save all button to just save these things here. So when you've done with that, here you have to do one thing, now here I'll be just coming underneath now again, and then here I'll be just writing underneath here also like this tag here. Then I'll be just moving forward here, and then if I just come here and write like write range, or you can write define range. So here I'll be writing define range, so we can also write. So I'll be writing so we can also write format, or you can write custom format. So when you've done with that thing there, simply I'll be coming underneath and then writing here to like range, and in this range I'll be writing that to like custom format. So when you've done with that, here I'll be just writing that to like range here again, but here I'll be just changing that to like format, and here when you've done with that here, so when you've done that I'll be writing format range. So when you've done with that, I'll be coming here and then I'll be printing this range on my screen. So now we have just printed that here, you can see. Now just I'll be going to file and pressing save all button to just save that, and you can see now it is good to go, so you can work with that. So when you've done with that things here, now you have to do another thing, like here you have to just press save, so we have done that all things. So here I'll be just coming and writing here to like write custom, and right here like custom range we can define. So I'll be writing custom range we can define here. So when you've done that, just I'll be writing another tag which should be like custom format equal, then I'll be changing that to range input, and in that I'll be changing that to like custom range. So here when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing now like that. So here when you've done that, so simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing this in like that. So I'll be writing custom range, then simply close here. And now when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath, and here we will be printing this custom format here again. So we have just done that all things. So simply I'll be just coming here again, and then I'll be just coming underneath here also, and then when you've done with that here, so I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just writing that to like range, but before that I'll be just coming and changing that to like range here, and then I'll be writing that to like range custom format as working. So when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing, like simply I'll be pressing save button to just save. So now here you can see we have just defined these all things which we have to define. Now I'll be zoom in so you can see my code. So here you can see we have just defined range custom format as working, which we have to just define here. So now I'll be just coming and defining here like custom format. So just write here like custom format, then here I will be just changing that to like, you can say range. Okay, so here we have just already done. So I'll be writing equal to, then I'll be writing format, and here I'll be changing this to like working, and here I'll be writing comma custom. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath writing here print custom format here. So just write that. So simply when you've done with that, so I'll be just coming underneath here, and then I will be just writing another thing which should be just like that, and I will be writing here like working with custom, and I'll be writing working with custom range tag. So when you've done that, just simply I'll be coming underneath here, and then I'll be changing this to like custom print. Okay, so here there is written custom range. So here I'll be writing that. Simply I'll be coming forward and I'll be just printing here like custom, and then I'll be changing this to like, first of all I'll be coming and then I'll be writing custom here. Then when you've done with that, I'll be just coming forward here and then changing this to like working. So when you've done with that thing there, you have to do one thing now. Just I'll be coming forward and then I'll be changing this to print right here custom range. So when you've done with that here, first of all I'll be just coming here, then I'll be writing custom range. So here we have written that, so I'll be just coming underneath here and here also, and then when you've done with that thing there, I'll be just writing another thing, but before that I've taken this W2 capital, so it will be working. So here we have done that. So I'll be just coming forward and here I'll be just writing that to like working. So here right here like working with custom, and now I'll be writing that to like custom, and just I'll be writing custom format, which we have already now worked with. So here we have to define with custom print tag. So now we have to work with custom print tag. So I'll be just coming here writing custom print equal, then I'll be changing this to like, first of all I'll be writing like that. So when you're done with that, simply just write here input, then write here init, but before that I'll be taking this spelling to like I, because it is I now. So when you're done with that here, simply I'll be just now writing that to like this line again. There I'll be changing this to like, here I'll be writing custom format. So when you've done that, just write here custom range. So define that all things. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming here and now I'll be printing this custom for print here, but I've just already now here I'll be writing custom print. So when you print that, just you have to go to file and press save all button to just save these things there which we have just defined. And now till here I hope you understand that all things. So if I go to the top, and you can see we have just defined that all things which we need to. Now when you've done that, just I'll scrolling down here, and now here when you've done that, just here I'll be just scrolling. So when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming underneath here again. Then here I'll be just writing this tag to like print. Okay, so here I'll be now writing print tag, and then you have to just write to custom change. So when you've done that all things, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath here, and then I'll be just changing this to like print, and I'll be changing that to print range equal. And when you're done with that all thing, just I'll be writing in it, and I'll be writing to input. So just right here. So when you're done with that thing there, I'll be doing one thing now. I'll be just writing here like custom range. So just right here, then you have to write comma again here, then change that to custom print. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath, writing here like print range. So here write print right underscore range. So when you've done with that, here I'll be coming underneath, and then I'll be writing here like custom changes has been done. Now work with different tags. So here when you've written that, just I'll be coming here, and now I'll be writing custom format here, because now the custom changes which we have to work with print range to just do that. So we have just done our custom changes. Now we have to work with custom format, so we can just move on with that things. So when you've done with that, here simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just coming here, writing here input again. So just write here input by coming here and writing that. So when you've done with that thing, so here simply I'll be coming here now again, then changing this to like print, and here I'll be writing that to print range. So when you've done just I'll be coming underneath here, and then I'll be changing that to like range, and here I'll be writing that to like custom, and when you've done that, I'll be writing equal to. So when you've done with that, here I'll be changing that to like breakpoint. So when you've done that, I'll be writing here another, but before that I'll be changing that to range, and when you've done that, I'll be just changing this to like custom. I'll be writing here range, and here I'll be just writing that to like range custom. So when you done with that, so I'll be just coming here, and then I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be saving that here, but before that I'll be just coming here and changing this to like print custom format. So when you're done with that, I'll be just coming here again, and I'll be writing range custom should be defined here. So when you're done with that, so simply I'll be coming underneath here again, and now when you've done with that thing there, simply I'll be doing one thing. So I'll be just coming here again, and here. Okay, so when you've done with that, so simply I'll be doing one thing, like be just coming here again, and then here when you've done that, just I'll be writing here a tag which should be like that. And now here we have done with that, so simply if I go to the top, and you can see it is perfect. So here when you've done with that, you can just also install these things by going to terminal and just install. So just you have to do one thing for that, just go to terminal, right here like pip install, and then right here like range. So when you will be writing that, and just when you will be just hitting enter, so it will be just coming, and it will be just installing. You can see now this range has been just installing, and this has been successfully installed here. So when you've done with that things here, you can do one thing now, like I'll be just minimizing that again. Then here if I just do one thing now, I'll be going to up, and you can see it is just perfect looking. You can see everything is just working perfect. So till here we have just defined many of the tags in that here which we want to just define here. And when you've done with that, just I'll be just scrolling down. So here you can see till here we have defined many of the tags, and I hope till here you are enjoying that video. And now we have to just do some of the half, but then our face detection with OpenCV project should be just ready here. So when you've done with that, here you have to do one thing now. Just I'll be coming here in the forward, and then when you've done with that, I'll be closing this tag here. And now here I'll be doing one thing now. Just here if I go to face detection with OpenCV, I'll be zoom in here also, so you can see this code also. So you can see everything is just perfect. So if I just zoom in again, so till here you can see the code. So I'll be going up, and you can see everything is perfect. So we have just import CV2 also, import matplotlib also, which we want to just import. We have also import get ipython, which we have to just import. So now this should be just ready here, because still here we have just done. And for working face detection project, I'll be just saving here, and now I'll be opening my folder which I have just created in local disk app, which was just with the name of face detection in Python using OpenCV. So if I just open this here by opening that, Okay, so just close that here. Simply I'll be just opening this image here. So you can see now here when we have done that, so you can see it is just detecting our image here, which I have done with Python. You can see this is the local one. You can see this is the original image of that, and this is the image which we have just done with when we do face detection of this image. So it is coming 0, 50, 100, 150, 200 and 250, and here also it is having a centimeter. So you can see we have done face detection of that. If I go back and if I just over here, and you can see we have also put the image arrays here which we are getting in this image. And if I just go to this opening image, so you can see we are getting that. I'll be just going here, drawing on image, then going on data, and you can see in the baby image we have also done that. You can see that matplotlib which we have just done the image, so you can see it is working here. So here when you've done with that, you can see everything is just working perfect. You can see it is just also having these things here, and it is also working here like that. So it is having 0 meter, 100, 200, 3, 4, okay, like that. I'll be closing that simply, and if I just open, you can see it is having a like square on that because it is the detecting the face of our baby which is just having, and you can see how good looking is that. So if I just close that here and open this photo, and you can see it is just detecting the face of that also. So you can just also do that here, and this is also a group image which I have just taken. It is detecting the face of the groups also, you can see that. So yeah, I'll be closing, and now till here I hope you understand. So I'll be just closing this, and now we have done that all things. So when you've done that, just simply I'll be going to file, pressing save all button here, and now it is good. So when you've done with that, so here we have just done with face detection with OpenCV. You can also run from here if you want to by pressing this run button, so it will be run in your terminal if you want to. So I hope you understand like how to build one face detection project with OpenCV, and I hope you also enjoy this project like I enjoyed my previous project of data sciences, and I hope you enjoy my first project of artificial intelligence which we have done of face detection with OpenCV. And I will be also bringing up some of the data sciences project in future, and AI projects means artificial intelligence project, and I hope you'll be also enjoying that project which will be just coming in future. So just practice that all project we are working with previously, and we will be just working many of the other projects in future also, and I hope you'll be enjoy that. And try to add your own features and quality which you can add, because from that your practice will be good, and you can just go down every language like in coding language or in programming language like Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and you can also good at data sciences and artificial intelligence in Python. So from that your practice will be good, and you can just go down in these languages. So just my opinion is to just use that things and just practice that all things, because practice is the main thing here which you have to do. So from that your skill will be day by day good, like I am doing practice every day. So from that my skills is going day by day good. And here you can also just take some of the like guidelines from Google and YouTube also, because that are the things which is just provided, and from that you can take help here. So it is a really good here you can just take. So till here I hope you understand, and I hope you also enjoyed this video like your jungle previous video, and please hit the smash like button, and also subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and just also share your videos with your friends if you just like that. And you can also comment me down like what question and answer you want to just ask me. I'll be giving all the question answer of your question which you will be asking. So just I'll be with you in next video. So for today, goodbye.